Trying to build wealth without feeling like you've got a second job researching stocks? Well, REITs might be your new best friend. In this video, I'll break down 3 reliable REITs that generate consistent income, each backed by a strong company and positioned in long-term trends that aren't slowing down anytime soon. And the last one? Well, it thrives in an industry that only gets stronger even in a market downturn, but more on that in a bit. So before I tell you the 3 REITs, let's make sure that you understand why these are such great investment choices really quick. So first, you're buying into real estate, right? Think businesses, warehouse, apartments that you can actually see and touch. That's totally different than rolling the dice on stocks tied completely to companies' performance. Second, here's what most people love. REITs regularly pay out dividends, often every quarter, so you're not just waiting around only for growth.
Fun fact, real estate investment trusts are legally required to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income as dividends. That's what makes them income machines for investors.
Yeah, and I don't think that many people know this either. So they can technically not pay out 90% of their income, but if they do, they get hit with having to pay corporate income tax. That's one of the main reasons why REITs, you get solid, predictable income deposited into your account, which is great for stability and peace of mind. All right, so now that you see why REITs are such a powerful investment, right, for building steady wealth, let's dive into the first one on the list. So Digital Realty Trust is all about data centers. Think, giant warehouses packed with servers that are powering everything from your favorite streaming service to banking apps and online shopping. They own and operate hundreds of these high-tech facilities across America and around the world, making it possible for big companies and cloud providers to safely store and manage endless amounts of data. And DLR isn't just renting out space. Their tenants rely on them for constant uptime and top-notch security. But here's what makes DLR a strong investment. So the world's appetite for data just keeps growing, especially with the rise of AI and cloud computing and 5G and quantum computing soon enough. Every one of these new tech trends pushes more businesses to use digital realty space, meaning more customers, more leases, and more predictable income for shareholders. The company has shown strong growth, high occupancy rates, and has expanded into international markets, giving investors exposure to a global tech boom. So they cover the data side of real estate, but what about the physical spaces driving global trade? Well, for that, let's look at the company behind the warehouses that keep the world's goods moving. Now, Prologis is the heavyweight champ in industrial real estate. They own and manage thousands of modern warehouses and distribution centers across the globe. Now, if you've ever wondered where all those online orders are stored before they show up at your doorstep, there's a good chance that it's at a Prologis building. Their facilities are in prime locations close to major highways, ports, and cities, making it super easy for big brands like Amazon and FedEx to get products from factory floors to front doors. Well, why do you want to bet on Prologis? Well, the surge in e-commerce and global shipping means demand for top-tier warehouse space keeps going up. And they have spots that everybody wants. And they consistently raise rents, maintain high occupancy, and keep expanding into new markets. That means steady cash flow and reliable growth for their shareholders, even when other sectors hit speed bumps. All right, so now we've covered virtual data and consumer logistics, but there's another corner of real estate that quietly grows no matter what the economy is doing, and that's healthcare. And there is one company that's a must-know in this sector. Welltower focuses on the places where America's aging population actually lives and receives care. So senior housing, assisted living, and healthcare facilities spread across the US, Canada, and the UK. When you invest in Welltower, you're tapping into one of the clearest long-term trends out there, which is millions of baby boomers, they're getting older, and demand for quality housing and healthcare is set to skyrocket for years to come. Now, these properties aren't just nice to look at, right? They're essential, stable, and bring in income month after month. So why is Hightower such a solid bet? Well, the company's strategy of snapping up high-quality assets in great locations means their communities are nearly always full, generating reliable rent payments no matter what's happening in the broader economy. They keep growing by acquiring new properties and improving the ones that they already own as well, steadily increasing their cash flow and boosting dividend payouts to investors. Plus, healthcare REITs like Welltower have a reputation for being really resilient through market ups and downs, which makes sense considering who they serve. Now, if the idea of quarterly dividend payouts from REITs got you excited, first I have to say that you should subscribe, as I cover a lot of dividend investment ideas on my channel here. But also, wait till you see this video here where I explain stocks that pay dividends every single week. Seriously, just go ahead and click right here and I'll show you exactly which ones those are.